Good morning and good evening, everyone. Welcome back. So, in our last session on Thursday, we started discussing Ansible, right? So, as you know, Ansible is the popular configuration management tool now in the present market. So, what is the configuration we already discussed? You have to prepare the server for the application deployment. For example, we are doing a lot of Node.js, Java applications, Python applications, Go language, and databases. Before you install some application and start serving, and people get access to the application, you need to prepare the server for the application deployment. That is nothing but configuration. So once you create the Linux server, you need to install a lot of packages, programming languages, their runtimes, build tools, and then some users folders needs to be created. You need to create some permissions. You need to create some systemctl services. All these things are called as configuration and preparing the server. So how soon you can do this, how fast and accurate you can do this is the matter. Okay, so that is why we got Ansible into the picture. So we can do this to the shell scripting. You already know that, but it has a lot of disadvantages. So shell scripting is imperative. You need to imperative is nothing but like script will execute in the sequence. The syntax is a little bit tough. Okay, that is generally called as imperative programming languages, and then it is homogeneous. So shell script writing shell script for Ubuntu OS cannot work for CentOS. Okay, so based on the distribution, the shell script will change. Okay, at least 10% of the shell script will be changed, and then it cannot scale to the multiple servers at a time. Okay, you have to log into the server and you need to run the script, and we need to validate. We do some validations. You know already the exit status. So these are the disadvantages. Okay, so basically what we are doing on top of the configuration is just CRUD. Not only Ansible, any technology you take inside the software. Okay, so always we do CRUD, either create, read, update, or delete. So here we are creating the configuration, and sometimes if you want some change, we are updating the configuration. We will delete the configuration. Just by seeing the shell script or Ansible, you can see what are the packages, what are the things available inside the Linux server. Okay, so for example, we have a Linux server. If you log in, you don't know what are the packages, what are the services running. There can be a lot of things inside the server. But if I disable the write access to you to the server, if I give you only the read access, then you can see either our shell script. Okay, to understand what is inside that. For example, so inside this payment server, I disable the write access to you into the server. You can log in and read. But if I ask you to get me the list of things installed and the configurations inside the server, so the better way is to refer this shell script. By seeing this script on top of the default server, you can understand what are the things installed, what are the folders created, everything. So that is maintaining the inventory of the Linux server. Okay, what is available inside the Linux server, that is through reading the configuration you can easily understand. Okay. And we have the advantages, the same disadvantages we can address through the Ansible. That soon you will understand how can we address this. Okay, Ansible is heterogeneous. You can scale to many servers. It will automatically take care of the validations, and it is declarative programming scripting language. Okay, and it is easy. And we discussed pull versus push as well. Pull is nothing but your servers needs to connect to the configuration server. So these things we can call it as nodes, servers, whatever. Okay, so these nodes will connect to the configuration server and they will pull the configuration, they will run it. Okay, so for that purpose, we need to have some special softwares like agents. So we already discussed this with the LIC example, and push is always better because at any point of time, you can directly push the configuration to the servers. There will be no need of agent installations. So you'll get this question in interviews, what is the pull versus push in Ansible? Then you can tell this answer exactly. Okay, so there is no need of agent installation in the push architecture, and Ansible uses by default SSH authentication mechanism. And yeah, so these two are the major advantages. And Ansible, we can use it as a pull based also, but we will see that at the end of the Ansible. Okay, So I'll tell you one more example. Why I am stressing this push versus pull is it is not only for Ansible. In any software technology, you may face this situation, the difference between push and pull architecture. Okay. So for example, your friend is sending a courier from Delhi DTDC. Okay. And he's sending a courier to your Hyderabad home. Okay. So they will mention the address, pin code, everything in the letter or courier. First, it will come to the Hyderabad Central DTDC. Okay. From here, it will come to the Hyderabad Central and then Hyderabad Regional, for example. So you have two options here. From here, from Delhi, you go to the Hyderabad Central DTDC, and from Hyderabad Central to Regional DTDC, you have two options. Okay. Maybe today your friend sent a courier to you and he called you and he informed you. So then you can go to the Hyderabad regional DTDC every day. Okay. So they said maybe we'll take Delhi to Hyderabad. It may take, for example, 5 days. So what you can do here, you have two options. From tomorrow, every day you go to the regional DTDC and you can ask for them. You can ask them whether you got any courier from Delhi or not. Okay, they will check and they will tell you you haven't received. Okay, you go one day and you go second day and you go third day and you go fourth day. Finally, fifth day, you got the letter. Okay. So this is one option. And another option is you just stay at your home. Okay. Whenever letter arrive, a person can deliver to your home. Maybe on fifth day. So which option is better here? The first option or second option? So second option is always better because you are saving a lot of resources here. You are saving your time, you are saving your fuel, you are saving others' time as well because they have to check every time when you reach DTDC office. So this is pulling, asking them again and again whether I got any update or not. So this is pushing. You don't need to wait. You don't need to ask. Whenever they get update, they will immediately push it to you. So that is the power of push-based architecture over pull. So pull also has some some advantages over push. The only one advantage we will discuss anyhow. But for now, you understand push is always better architecture in entire software, not only in Ansible. Okay. So this is the best example I can say, pull versus push. So in push, you can always save the resources like the data, the network, power, anything you can save. Okay. And your server also need to be free. So whenever you are connecting to the configuration server and asking for is there any configuration change, so there is a lot of loss, not only data, power, this server resources also getting lost to connect to the configuration server. So that is why I say push is always better mechanism than pull in most of the cases. I mean, 99% of the case, there is one case pull has advantage. We'll discuss that at the end of the Ansible. Okay. So Ansible major advantages push architecture. So now we have a server workstation and let us install Ansible here. So it is very simple installing Ansible, yum install Ansible. Okay. So what is the versions, what is the Ansible history, all these things we will discuss at the end of the Ansible. Okay. Right now let us understand how Ansible works, how to write Ansible playbooks, how to complete our RoboShop, and at the end of the Ansible sessions, we can discuss about Ansible history. Okay. So I'm installing Ansible. It is very simple installation. Just install Ansible -y. That's it. And then let me create one instance that is like, I will say node 1. Can name it anything, okay? So as I said, Ansible uses SSH authentication, just like how you are logging through your Super Putty or Putty. So it always needs IP address and then username and password. Okay. If you provide password or private key, if you provide these details to the Ansible and your security group is allowing, then Ansible can easily connect. You don't need to do anything. So that is why we are saying Ansible follows SSH-based authentication in the background. Okay, so now we have the server study. Yeah, let's take the moment. Oh, confuse. So without logging into this server, now I can complete the tasks using Ansible. Okay, so let us see that now. So generally, while working with Ansible, we always find this word inventory. Inventory is nothing but list of hosts your Ansible server is managing. Okay. So we have our Ansible server. What is called as Ansible server? Wherever you install Ansible package, that is nothing but your Ansible server. Okay. And this is our node, for example. So Ansible should connect to this node. So I said that is through SSH. Okay. So in this inventory right now, we have one, that is node 1. Okay. So there is proper way. Let me create one Ansible. Okay. Here, let me create one file that is called as inventory. So there is proper way. So generally, I mean, it is recommended, not mandatory for you to follow. But for example, we have our RoboShop. So not only this RoboShop, any project in our IT companies, they have the presence, like they have the presence globally. So they have business in India, they have business in US, they have business in Australia, UK, something like that. So always we need to group the servers. For example, geography based, like India, US, UK, Australia, etc. Okay. And then environment based. So you can have servers related to dev, you can have servers related to QA, you can have servers related to prod, and then component based. You have web related component, app related component, and DB related component. Okay. And then what is the server generally? MongoDB, cart, catalog. Okay. So we have different kinds of servers based on these 4 parameters, based on geography, based on environment, based on component, based on server. Now, if I want to create one MongoDB server, what I have to do here is to name the server. Naming the servers is always good. Just by seeing the server name itself, you should understand how what it belongs to. For example, now I'll tell you, RoboShop is our project name. Okay. And then US, and then dev, and then MongoDB or DB hyphen MongoDB, and then 01. So this is, you can see, by seeing the server name itself, you can understand this server belongs to RoboShop project, and it is in US, and it belongs to dev environment. It is from the DB component, and it is MongoDB server, and this is server number 1. So if you have multiple servers for high availability, you can name it like this. Okay. For example, if the server belongs to the India and then production, RoboShop, India, production, and app environment, and then cart, and this is server number 01. Okay, so like this, you can name it. Is a better naming convention. By seeing the server name itself, you can understand the server, where it is, which location, which environment, which component, which server number, which project, anything. So we name like this in our real-time projects. You can also name like that. Okay. You can also just give name like that. Just I'm saying as an example. So we always group the servers. So let us take one inventory file, for example, Nginx, all Nginx servers. Okay. Let me take this. So this is the IP address. So this is the simple syntax. In a brackets, you will just mention the group, and then here you will give the server IP address. Generally, what you can give here is, or like to take as MongoDB. Okay, MongoDB servers, and let me give it as like this. Okay. So I need to create an entry also here inside Route 53. Create a record. Okay, RoboShop US dev DB MongoDB -01 dot join DevOps dot online. Okay, what is the IP address? Take this as IP address. Just mention it as LSTTL. Okay, how you know the record is updated generally is just give, there is a command called nslookup. nslookup and your entry. Okay, 47.4075. It is correct, right? So that is how generally you test whether the DNS record is updated or not. So now I will give like this. Dot. Okay. So this is a MongoDB group, and the server is this one. Okay. And if you want any API group or app, then you can create like this. So this is how you will properly manage the hosts in your inventory file. And for example, you can give like this 02, 03. So why we are giving like this? Because whenever there is an update for the cart component, you can just refer this app group, or like you can say app cart. And at a time you can fetch all the servers and you can push the updates. Okay, so that is the advantage. So this, generally this is how you will mention the groups. And at any time I want, for example, let me take MySQL. This is just logical grouping, okay, not a mandatory thing. So this is MySQL group. Now I will create a DB group, all DB groups, children. So DB, so inside DB components, you can just mention it as children. So this is group. This is group of groups. You can just mention MongoDB and then MySQL. Okay. Nothing to confuse here. This is a best practice, not a mandatory thing, but this is good. If you see, whenever you see, you can understand this server belongs to MongoDB group. These two servers belongs to MySQL group. These three servers belongs to cart group. And we have a group of groups. So this is called as group of groups, DB group, and it has MongoDB group and then MySQL group. So these are the children here. And you may have app group also. Then you will mention app children. And then, for example, if you have something like user group here, you will mention like this. Okay, now this is user group. So why it is like this? If you want to push some updates to the entire API tier or app tier or backend tier, then you will refer this app. Okay, so then it has the children, cart, and user. So this is where you will mention all the nodes your Ansible is managing. Now let us just do some operations, how Ansible will get here. I'm just creating inventory. Okay. Command is Ansible -i inventory. And which group you want, like MongoDB list hosts. Very simple syntax. No need to worry. No need to remember also. You can always refer. Okay, you can see you have one host in MongoDB group. So let us get cart. Okay, you have three hosts. Let us get DB. Okay, so you get all the hosts related to the DB. So these are grouped hosts. You can have ungrouped hosts also. For example, at the top, you can say you have some servers that is not under any group. So how you will get like ungroup host Ansible -i inventory. You just say ungroup. Oh, sorry, need to give it here. VIM inventory. Now you type Ansible ungroup, you will get the hosts which are not grouped at all. If you want to get all the hosts inside the inventory, you can just give Ansible -i inventory all. Okay. So this is how your Ansible can get the host names or IP addresses from your inventory file. Okay. So this is inventory. And then let us connect to this node 1. Okay. I will just, because we don't have this, I'm removing. Let me keep it inside the repository, but here I'll do some change. Okay. I'm removing everything from here. Okay, because we don't have those servers available, I just gave you an example. Okay. Now Ansible -I inventory, and which group you want to connect? MongoDB, and I am giving -IAM So Ansible, as I said, Ansible is using SSH authentication. You are providing the IP address or hostname, either one of that, through the inventory file. That is good. Now you need to provide the username and password. Okay, so you can give -U. It means username, CentOS, but you need to give password also. So generally, password there is no direct option. You can give --ask pass DevOps 321. So you send a ping, then the server responded with POM. It means the server is alive, the server is running, and your Ansible is able to connect. Okay. So username and password you can pass like this also, -E and Ansible _user equal to CentOS -E Ansible _password equal to DevOps 321. Okay. So you have provided the IP address or host name or DNS in this inventory file, and you are sending the username and password, and you are asking, you are just checking whether the server is alive or not. It is saying it's under response POM. So it means it is alive. Okay. So now let us, as I said, I don't log in into the node 1. Without logging in, I will do everything. So let us check the Ansible documentation. So now my task is, I want to install Nginx inside the node 1. This is my task. Okay. So generally what you do, if it is a shell scripting or Linux server, we will just call it as yum install nginx-y. So this is called as command, but in Ansible, we call this as either module. Earlier we were calling it as the name module and or collection. Now we are renaming it as a collection. So in shell script or Linux server, you call it as command, but in Ansible, you call it as either module or collection. So you know the command syntax, command name, and what are the options, what are the inputs. Okay. So these things we call it as arguments or whatever it is. Okay. For example, CP, you need to mention source and destination. Okay. Similarly, in Ansible, we have either module name or collection name and parameters. Okay. So this is the syntax. Now let us take Ansible documentation. Okay. There's many links. Install Ansible is not there. Not start writing Ansible playbooks. We'll just see Ansible playbooks. Ansible modules. Yeah. So as I said, modules or collections. Okay. Now this is the command. You can see Ansible, and it is passing the group. Please. Is passing the inventory group, and it is giving -yum. It means module, service module, and then parameters you need to pass using -a. Okay. Yeah. So we are checking the installation, right? So now we can see Ansible -I inventory, and you are connecting to the MongoDB group, and let us give -u CentOS, or let me give username password directly here, -e Ansible _ user equal to CentOS -e Ansible _ password equal to DevOps 321. Okay, -m ping. So this is connecting. So that is clear. Now I don't want just connection. I want to install. Okay. So that is this is the old approach. Collections is the old approach. So let us just see. So, sorry, modules is the old approach. Let us see. Addoc. This we call it as addoc commands. Yeah. So this is the latest usage. You give Ansible dot built-in. This is default, and then you need to give your what is the module name or collection name. Now Ansible dot built-in dot yum is the collection name. Okay, and then you have to give -a, and inside -a you need to give your name of the package like nginx and state. What is the state you want? That is installed. Okay, so that's it. So giving IP address to connect, username and password, and -m means module or collection, and you are using yum module, and these are the parameters you want to install nginx. That's it. Okay, now let us enter. It will give us one error. So what is the error? This command has to run under the root user. You know, we always use sudo yum install nginx, but here in Ansible, just need to give an option that is nothing but -b. -b means become, or you can give $become. It means become root. Okay, it is doing the installation in the background. Okay, it installed. You can see it gave the results also. It installed all these packages. Okay, so this is the command. To install nginx. Okay. Now I want to start it also. Just yum install nginx is not enough for me. I want to start it. Okay, now the module is here, system T. Okay, just like systemctl, here it is. So it is not exactly the same. Okay, Linux command and the Ansible module or collection name is not exactly same. Okay, sometimes it is same, sometimes it is not same, but it will give you the readable format. System D. So we got it already, right? Somewhere. So module option, managing services. Okay, you have two options, either service or system D. Let us take it as service. Okay, service and then -a nginx state equal to started. So this command is equal to sudo systemctl start nginx. Okay, here it is systemctl, but here it is the module or collection name is service. Okay, Service is more meaningful. Generally, if a non-user sees, okay, so this service I'm going to start. Okay, so that is why I said Ansible is more readable and declarative. And here we need to give our, so this is the command, become, sorry. Okay, you can give -b. So now Ansible is connecting to the node 1 and then it started. It is giving in yellow color, it means it started. Now you run again. It is giving in green color. Yellow is a symbol of change. Green is a symbol of success, but no change because it's already running. Now let us check the server. So as said, I never connected to it. This is the first time I'm connecting, but the package and the service should be running. DevOps 321. Sudo systemctl status engines. Okay, you can see the service is already running. You can open it in the browser also. Okay, so without logging into the server, I did everything from the Ansible. So these are called as ad hoc commands. Okay, ad hoc is nothing but emergency purpose. For example, if there is an emergency issue in the Linux server, I want to fix it immediately. So I don't want you to write shell script, okay, to fix it, because time is the matter for me. If you start writing the shell script, the time will be spent for writing the script. Okay, so I want the immediate fix within that is simple command change. Okay, so you don't need to write shell script. You can just log into the Linux server and you can do that. So that is called as ad hoc. Ad hoc is something called as the meaning of ad hoc is something emergency. So whenever there is an emergency in the hosts, you can always connect to the host using these ad hoc commands. Okay? But if I ask you to write entire configuration, writing through the commands is not a good thing. Just like we have our RoboShop. First, we installed manually the commands one by one. Manually through commands one by one. So later we thought this is a disadvantage. So that is why we placed all the commands in a file that is shell script and ran at once. Okay. So why is it? Because you can reuse the script. Here you cannot reuse the commands. You need to, we don't have any other option. You need to run one by one. Similar way, if you connect to the host using Ansible ad hoc commands, you cannot reuse. So just like the shell script, we call it as here in Ansible, that is nothing but playbooks. Keep all Ansible modules or collections in a file, generally in a YAML file, and run that file, just like you're running the shell script. So this is Ansible playbook. Clearly, this is not a proper way to do the configuration. Proper way is to create playbook with YAML. Okay. So now it is time to understand the YAML syntax. Okay. What is YAML? Yet another markup language. So I already said this in many YouTube videos, but anyhow, I need to repeat. You know HTML. So this is nothing but hypertext markup language. Okay. So what is markup? It is nothing but braces. Now, if I just give H1, it means header, and then hello, welcome to DevOps with AWS training. Okay. So I'm saving this generally hello.html. Okay. So H1 is called as markups. Whatever you give inside this markups, so this is the text. Now, if I open hello.html, okay, so now I'm getting the text. So based on the markups you use here, for example, if I use H2, then it means heading is little bit less. Trainer is Sivakumar. Now it has some meaning. This is big heading, this is small heading. So these are called as markups. So similarly, we have multiple markup languages. That is, the popular thing is XML. Okay. Extensible markup language. Okay. Why we need to use these markup languages? A simple example. I always say this. Let us just imagine 50 years back, you go to the bank to deposit some money. Okay. So they will ask you to get me a write on paper, what is your name, account number, how much amount, denomination, date, branch, everything. So then you will write like this: your name, your account number, and then date, amount, branch, and denomination. So you'll write like this. Okay, so this is person one, write like this. Okay, then you give this paper to the cashier. Okay, then they will deposit the money in your account. Now again person two will come. Cashier will say again, okay, write it on your paper, all the details. Now, so there is no guarantee he will write in the same format. He will write account number first, he will write name next, and he will write date, and he will write denomination, he will write branch. So in whatever the format he wants. So like this, any person can write the format, whatever they like. So now, what about the cashier situation? He need to find the details, what he write, and then what is the value of it. Okay. You need to go through that paper. So that takes some time because everybody is following their own format. So banks understood this problem and they got it. They got an idea that is just like a template or form. Because people are writing in their own formats, cashiers are feeling difficult while entering into the system or while entering into the books. So they created something called as template or form. Okay. Bank deposit form, if you just type, we all know this. So they gave the fields already. We just need to fill it. Okay. So now there is no chance of writing in our own format. So now it is easy for cashier to find the fields. Okay. So now it will be like name first and account number next, and then amount and date and branch. So this is called as template, this is called as form, whatever it is. Okay. In similar way, whenever you are pushing, for example, this is Facebook web. Okay. So this is Facebook web. And this is sending data to Facebook backend. And this data is validated against DB. Okay. So you know this flow already. We are doing this flow. in our RoboShop as well, 3-tier architecture. Okay. So how the data is getting transmitted from web component to the backend component and from backend component to the database component, it is through something called as, generally called as data transfer objects. Data transfer objects. Maybe developers know this. It's a simple concept. Okay. So now how effectively, how accurately you transfer the data between multiple servers is the matter. So one possible thing we have is XML, extensible markup language. It is very popular generally. Okay. I'll create one person XML, for example. Okay. Person.xml. I'm just creating one XML file. You need to, the goal is, for example, sign up. You need to take user information and send to user component in backend. Okay. So this is your goal. So how these systems will send the data is, one of the option is XML. Okay, in a markup language, extensible markup language. It is just like person. Okay, and inside this person you have name. You need to start and then end. Okay, so now this is name and date of birth and date of birth. Okay, and generally you just give the country and then city. So now you can enter the values, Sivakumar, and then something. India and Hyderabad. Okay, now you can see anybody can understand. So this is Sivakumar Reddy information. His date of birth is like this, his country is like this, his city is like this. So then web component will send these details to the backend component. Backend component will query from these markups. So this is nothing but data transfer between multiple components, and XML is one of the way. Now, if you see, how can we improve this? So this is key, this is value. So anything is key value pair. Okay. So this is person is the key. Everything is value. Okay. So this is name is key. And between this markup is called value. Now I want it a nested one. Nested is nothing but nested key value pair. Generally, we have key. What is value? So nested is nothing but you have key. Inside that, you will have again key value pair. Okay. So you can see here, this person is a nested. So this is the key. The value itself is this one. Inside value, again, you have key value pairs like this. So now I want to mention it as a nested one. That is nothing but address. I want to give like this. Okay. Now I will just keep these things inside address field. Okay. Now, is it more better than the earlier? This is called the nested. So this is the key value itself is this one, and inside value you have again key value pairs. So this is more readable format, more understandable format. So this is XML. You can have any number inside this. Like for example, I can have here firm address, and then I need to close it. In XML, starting and closing is very important. And current address you can have. So you can go to any level. There is no limit. Okay. So this is called as XML format. So very easy. You don't need to go too much deep. This is the XML. So XML was very popular. Okay, maybe up to 10 years, till 10 years back. And after that, we got something called as JSON format, JavaScript object notation. Now, mostly everybody is using JSON format in programming to transfer the data between the web and backend components. Now, the same data, how can you mention here? In JSON, everything starts with this one, braces. And this is a simple thing, name, and you need to give like this, mark, and then date of birth. Okay. And comma is very important here. And again, you can just give city, and you can give Hyderabad, and country, you can give India. Okay. So this is braces and key and the value. Comma is very important. For the last thing, you don't need to give comma because there is no value coming up. So the same thing, if you want to give it in a nested format, again, you just give here address and give like this. City, Hyderabad, and then country, India. This is the nested format. Okay. So now I want to have list of addresses. Okay. So this means map. Okay. This is address map. Inside map, everything is key value pair. Okay. Now I want to create another one that has a list. Okay. So in list, it means this brace. Okay. Map is clever brace and list is this normal brace. So inside here, you can have like this. Okay. Just mention one thing, that is type. So this is current, and here you can mention current. Okay, so in JSON, list starts with this normal brace and then map starts with this one. So this is list of address. This is map of address. Okay, so this is the XML and JSON format. Now, AML is becoming more popular generally for the declarative scripting languages. One of the thing is Ansible, and we will use this in Kubernetes as well. Okay, and in CloudFormation also you use Ansible. Now the same thing, how can you mention it in YAML file? You can just keep person.yaml. This is the extension, YAML or generally YML, anything you can. Okay. So now very simple, here it is indentation matters. So in YAML, indentation is the matter, just like in Python. Python also indentation. Indentation is nothing but proper gap or space. Okay. Here in XML, how can you mention this complete thing belong to address? You can say this is the one. Whatever it has inside these markups, this belongs to the address. Similarly, in JSON, whatever you have in this entire braces, this belongs to address. Okay. But in YAML, space matters. Let us write just name and colon space. Okay, so this is not correct. So this is not correct. Just by seeing the color itself, you can understand. This is the correct one. Name without space, immediately colon and the name and DOB 010101. Okay, something. And now I want to mention it address. Okay, so this one, this is map. I'm mentioning it as map, key value pair, address, city. See, I'm entering and then pressing tab. City, Hyderabad. Country, India. Okay. So now whatever the values here with this space, okay, 2 space generally, or you can use tab in Visual Studio Code. So this one belongs to address. Okay, whatever you mention, like door number 102. If you mention like this street, is this correct or not? This one belongs to the address. Can someone type in the chat? No. So when this one belongs to address is just you need to give like this. Okay, under this indentation space, everything belongs to the address. Okay. Now the same thing I want to mention it as a list. Addresses. Okay. In AML, list starts with hyphen. Now I give hyphen space type permanent address and then city, Hyderabad, country, India. Okay. Now again type you are mentioning current city, California, and then country is US. Okay. So now you can see it has proper indentation like this, but with hyphen. It means to tell it is a list. This is list of addresses. Okay. Now I want to send multiple persons information in a single AML file. How can you do this? Very simple. List of persons I want to send. Now, as I said, it is always starts with hyphen list. Okay. Now you can see this is one person. So the same person you can give with another hyphen. This is second person. I can just give it as Ramesh. Okay. So now you can see. So this is list of persons. One person information is this one. Another person information is this one. It has the map of address and it has the list of addresses. Very simple. Key value pair, map, and then list. Only these 3 things are available in AML. You don't need to worry about it. So now at any time, if you want to do some validation, you can always go to the internet and then just give AML validation. We'll get something like this AML validator and validate. If no errors, it will tell you it is good. Now, if you give like this, you can see it is clearly saying bad indentation of mapping entry. Okay. So this is about generally XML, JSON, AML. You don't have to worry about this from now. So these things we use it for the data transformation between multiple servers. Okay. So that's it. So we need to know this AML concepts very well to write Ansible playbooks and no other extra concepts, only these things, key value pair or list or map. Okay. So now let us manage So as I said, ad hoc commands are not scalable or not reusable. You use ad hoc commands only in the time of emergency purpose. So they may ask in this question in interviews, what is ad hoc command in Ansible? Ansible ad hoc command is the generally Ansible command line option to do something in the Ansible hosts, okay, in emergency cases. So now let us discuss about playbooks. This follows AML syntax. Okay. Let us write the first playbook. Okay, 01 playbook dot AML. Playbook contains multiple plays. Okay, first let us write normal thing. Okay. Name of the playbook. What is the name? Very simple. Okay. Ping the node. Okay. And then hosts. Which hosts you are connecting? I'm connecting to the MongoDB hosts. Okay, you know this already. Just like cat inventory. Okay, you are going to connect to this MongoDB group. So that is what host is, MongoDB group. And then tasks. What are the tasks you are going to do? Okay, tasks and then list of tasks. Okay, because we always do multiple things. This is list of tasks or modules or collections, whatever. So when I say list, it means it starts with hyphen. Again, what is the name of the thing? Pinging the server. And what is the module here? So whenever you don't know, Ansible ping module, just search like this. Okay, you will get the documentation. So you don't need to read. Generally, you can also read here. So they will tell you the options we have. Just you can say, this is the one, Ansible built-in .ping. Okay, that's it. Ansible built-in ping, and then enter. So this is the map. Enter. And for example, yeah, that's it. There is nothing, right? Just ping. Okay. Now you need to run this. How can you run this? We will just see this now. First, let me push. It init, it branch hyphen m master. Okay, let me create one repository here. Ansible public search git remote add origin git add. Okay, I am pushing it. Let me clone. Git clone cd Ansible. We have the files. Okay, now the command is Ansible playbook -i inventory, and then you don't need to pass the group because here we already selected which one to connect, MongoDB. Okay, and -e Ansible underscore user equal to CentOS and then -e, Ansible underscore password equal to DevOps 321. And now you don't need to give -m ping, nothing like that. You just give your playbook name. So it is saying a playbook must be of list of plays. Okay, it is saying, right, list of plays. So what you need to give here, you need to give like this. Okay, so now playbook is list of plays. Always it should start with hyphen. Okay, now you push, you pull, and then you run. Password I gave wrong symbol. Okay, yeah, it is Ansible underscore password. Thanks. Now really focus. Okay, you see, you got the green, it means success. Okay, you got the okay response. Okay, so now I want to first let us remove this yum. I'm removing nginx yum. Sudo yum remove nginx -y, and then yeah, that's it. Now it is not even running. You remove it. Okay, so now there is no nginx install, there is nothing. Now I want to do it from the playbook. Now let us do that. 02 nginx.ml. Same hyphen, it should start with hyphen. What is the name of your playbook? Install and run nginx. So name is not mandatory. Name is not mandatory. This is best practice. Just you will understand what it is doing. That's it. And hosts. What is your hosts? MongoDB. And then tasks. What are the tasks? List of tasks. And name. Install nginx. Okay. Now you don't know how to, what is the collection or what is the module to install nginx. Then you can just search install yum nginx Ansible module. Just search like this. You don't need to wait. Okay, you will get a simple example, and you can see you have a lot of options. You'll get a simple example here. Ansible dot built-in dot yum. Okay, and enter tab. Name. What is the name of the package? Nginx. What is the state? Install. Install means it will install. Absent means it will remove. Okay, you can just see state. You have a lot of options. If you want to remove, it is absent. If you want to install, it is installed. And latest will install the latest version. Okay, and then present and install will simply ensure that a desired package is installed. Remove, it will remove. Okay, so that's it. You can always see for the options here. So Ansible documentation is very clear and very easy. So now these two belongs to this one. Okay, you should be careful while writing it. You should have some space. And then now again, name start nginx. Okay. Starting service module Ansible. Okay, we'll immediately get the answer. And if you go down, you'll get an example also here. Ansible built-in service name and what is the state. Okay, just you need to give like this. Name is Nginx and state means started. So you have multiple options here in state. Restarted, started, stop, reloaded. Okay, that's it. Okay, so these are the two modules. Very simple. Now you push and then you pull. Sorry, not this one. Here. Okay, now you run again. Now this is 02 nginx.m. It is failed because you need to have root access. Okay. So here an option become yes. So this will give, so this will give root access, generally sudo access. Okay, now git pull again. Now you run. So whatever the name you give here, you'll get like this. So you no need to write any echo statements, no need to write any validation statements, whatever the name you give here. So it is telling here, installing Nginx, yellow color. It means it changed. Changed means it installed. It did some change on the server. Okay, and it started. Now if you run again, it will not tell you it is changed because it is already running. It is giving okay because it is already running. It is not changing anything. Okay, now you can just check sudo systemctl status nginx. Now you can see we installed nginx successfully. Okay. So now, as I said, Ansible is also one of the scripting. So we have two types of coding. One is programming and the other one is scripting. Okay. So now we are shell scripting, Ansible scripting, Terraform, whatever it is. These are all comes under scripting things. So as I said, concepts either in programming or scripting is nothing but variables. Whenever you are learning something, scripting or programming, just make sure you learn these things. Data types. It has no preference in scripting generally. But in programming, data types is very important. And then conditions. And then loops and then functions. So these are the mandatory concepts. Try to reuse the code, always try to reuse. Don't write again and again. Same thing. Okay. Now let us discuss variables. Follow try principle. Don't repeat yourself. So there is a central location where you name the variable and provide value. Okay, you know this in already in shell scripting. The same concept. You create the variable and you give it the name. Wherever you want, you can just refer it. Okay. So now let us just discuss variables concept here. Let me just give variables dot add. Okay. So again, hyphen name variables in Ansible. You can name it anything you want. Okay. Hosts, you can give MongoDB or local host also, it is fine. Then it will refer itself. Okay, I don't want any sudo access now. I'm just giving tasks. Print. I want to print something. Ansible module to print. Okay, so that is nothing but debug module. You can just go here. Ansible built-in debug. This is okay. Sorry, first you need to give hyphen name print hello world something whatever, and make sure it should be under same. Enter and like this. What is the message you want to print? Hello, I am learning Ansible. Okay, so this is to print. Now let us go to our Ansible server. And this is 03 variables. So we need to pull. Okay, it is printing the message. Now I want to keep it in variables. Okay, so there are multiple types of variables. One type is you can declare at the play level, vars. So this is play level variables. You can declare here and just vars, and then what is the name? Key value pair. Okay. For example, I'm creating a variable course, DevOps, trainer, Sivakumar, and duration. Just like you are declaring the variable in a shell scripting at the top. Similarly, just vars the map. Okay. Map duration 110 hours. Okay, so these are the variables. How you refer the variables? Just like print variables. You can give any name, don't worry. Okay. And then message, hello, I am learning. Generally, if it is shells, how you refer the variable? In shell, refer the variable is like this. Dollar, you can have some braces like this, or just dollar and then var name. Okay. In Ansible, it is these phrases. Okay. So it should be always in double quotes like this. Otherwise, it is not considered as variable. Okay. So now, hello, I am learning course. Trainer is, can give like this, trainer, and then duration is duration. Okay. Now, just see, is there any mistake here? Can someone tell me in the chat? Will it run? Let us see. It will. So it has some indentation mistake. So what is that? Because as I said, everything should be, you can see this is at one level, this task, and this task is at another level. So you should either keep this both at the same level. Okay. So that is the indentation. Now everything is considered as list of tasks. Now git pull. Now you run. So there is another problem again. Oh, I created some extra tag. Sorry. Now you run. Line number 1, column 3, line 40. Yeah, you can see this. This should be like this. Okay. So this is the name. This is the module, and it should have some indentation. Now this is okay. So while you are also practicing, you will face like this. Now you can see it is referring the variables. Okay. I'll just change it. Sorry. DevOps with AWS. Now, just like as in shell script, this will be automatically reflected. It will. Okay, this is reflected. So yeah, so this is the variables. Then tomorrow we will see, just like saw in shell scripting while learning, we saw different kinds of variables from command line, variables from the top, variables from the prompt. So the similar way, we'll see different types of variables in Ansible. Variables from files, variables from prompt, variables from command line, everything we will see that in tomorrow's session. So let us take up few questions. Morally Chen Tumala. You can unmute. Okay, Uma Mahesh Tota.
Hey, hi Shiva, good morning.
Yeah, hi. Good morning.
Yeah, so in organizations, we use SSH connectivity, right? Between the master and the node.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So are we going to configure that, or we use password-based authentication?
Yeah, either password or private key. Okay, we'll see one example of how can you configure private key also. Just an option. Hyphen private. Instead of hyphen e Ansible underscore password, there is an option private key. You need to give the path of your private key. That's it.
Thanks.
So then let's go to another question. Srinu.
Hello, hi Shiva, good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Yeah, is it mandatory to give passwords in command?
No, you can configure it. That we will see in tomorrow's session.
Oh. Because I could see like you given wrong spelling also it's taking, like Ansible
Is
you
it?
given wrong.
Oh, where is it?
So that's why I'm asking.
And see, oh,
Ansible underscore user is there, no?
generally it should not take. Why is it like strange? Let's give it wrong. Wow. Oh, now it is not taking it. This is strange.
We are giving a wrong username also, it's taking.
No, it's not taking. You can see the error.
Yeah, username is not taking, but that name Ansible underscore user.
Maybe I think it just needs some at least user
Yeah.
user word in the parameter. No, it should not. Oh. Pass. Now I gave wrong username as well as the wrong. Okay, what is it? Playbook. It's MongoDB. This is very strange. Okay, I'll see this anyhow.
Yeah, thank you.
Sheikh Ahmed.
Yeah, hi Shiva, good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
So in YAML regarding the indentation, so every time we need to use space or we can use the tab as well.
Okay, so generally, so this is how many spaces? Can you see that?
Two.
Two spaces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So generally, Ansible will not allow tab.
Okay.
But this Visual Studio Code intelligently converting the tab into space while pushing to Ansible.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
instead of
it automatically detected YAML, right? Whenever it is intelligently. But when you give tab also, it is intelligently understanding it as a tab space, and then it is converting into the normal space and sending it to the scripts. So you no need to worry if you are using Visual Studio Code. But if you have to worry if you are using Notepad++ and Notepad, something like that. So that is where IDEs are useful for us.
Okay. And regarding this cron tab, are you going to cover once again like we got we couldn't able to schedule the logs, right?
We were able to schedule, but only one thing at the time is log file was not able to create.
Generate.
Yeah, I'll check and then update in the group.
Okay.
Anyhow,
And one more thing,
Mm.
regarding the Gmail configuring, we are doing like a Gmail MD file is there, right, in concepts.
Yeah. Okay.
So while configuring the .conf, instead of Vim, we are giving VI, right? What is the difference? Why it is opening with VI as well?
VI is old. You can use VIM only. VIM means visually improved. That is the latest version of VI. So you can have some colors.
Okay, earlier it used to be VA.
Yeah, it is just another version of it. That's it. You can use VIM only, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
No.
And regarding the Ansible history, are you going to cover in the last?
Sorry?
You said regarding Ansible versions also, we will cover.
Yeah, we will do it. We will take care of it. Versions, histories, all these things. Once you understand the concept, then it is very easy. Generally, everybody will say, what is the version? What is the history in the first class itself? That gives that is something boring. Once you know how to, how Ansible is working, then later you will feel it is easy. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Naga Babu.
It's a good morning.
Yeah. Hi. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. I can hear you. Okay. Hemant Kumar Kachaputi.
Yes, Shiva. Like we are using AMI, right? While we are creating an instances.
Yeah.
Hello.
DevOps hyphen practice. Nothing we are not aware. Like as you mentioned, you're going to say teach about that as well. How to create that predefined AMIs, everything. So it will be covered.
Yeah,
in the-
AMI. Once we already used one Nginx, right?
Okay.
So we created the Nginx AMI.
No, actually, you have predefined. You have already
See,
developed
that
this
DevOps
and
practice
yeah.
is, it has lot of things. Okay, I can show you, but I cannot teach you how to create the DevOps practice AMI. Okay, you can create your own AMI.
Okay.
Okay.
In that, we'll
Yeah.
be choosing out this latest OS, CentOS, right? 8 version. So
Yes,
that
correct.
thing, yeah, those things I was little
See,
bit.
you no need to you no need to go through that how I create what are the things I have inside the AMI. Okay, you just know how to use it. That is enough generally. Okay, otherwise then you will be deviated from the DevOps engineer. So I already shown
Okay,
you
okay.
how to create AMI. Just for example, I installed Nginx and then I started it. I enabled it. Then I created AMI. Then from that
Okay.
AMI, if you create any server, you will have the Nginx by default, right?
Okay, okay.
So
okay,
similarly,
okay.
I did lot of things inside that server. I installed some packages already, Git, like VIM, NSLOOKUP. I installed some packages already. I did something, some colors. So all those things, I don't need to teach you. That's not DevOps actually, okay? But you know how to do that. We already discussed the shell scripting, everything. Okay, I will give you our script. Then you can understand. You can do the modifications, whatever you want. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Yashwant. Yashwant. Santosh. Avlo. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, Shiva, right now our project are using the YAML files. But so where to use the Jinja templates and where to use the roles? Can you explain that?
Right now I cannot. We have few more sessions to cover. Okay, you need to wait.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Then Murali Chentumala.
Hi, Shiva.
Yeah, hi.
You are using become and -b. Are both of same?
Yeah, both are same.
Okay, so basically to gain the root user access, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's the same as sudo, su.
Correct.
Okay, so you have to have a admin before you use those commands.
Yes, if you want sudo, because to install here I didn't use the become yes, right? Because I don't need sudo access.
Yeah, correct. But in order to use those commands, we have to be a admin.
Correct.
Otherwise, a regular user he can't use like bypassing admin access. So if I am a regular user, I can't use those commands, right? In to run those commands, like execution.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So if I am admin, why I need to use those commands? I can log into as a admin user. I can execute the scripts, right? Why we are
Yeah, you
using
can.
sudo and all this?
See, you can do anything. You can just take sudo su hyphen and you don't need to give at the time become yes. Okay, just I want to show you. That is why. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. K. Vishwanath Reddy. K. Vishwanath Reddy. Nagababu, you are not able to hear my voice. I'm able to hear your voice.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear.
Yes, tell me.
So one question. We are in Git pull the YAML script on the workstation, right? Locally, right? workstation server, and we are running ML script. Do we need pass the credentials in the to run on the same workstation also? Because the shell script we are running like sh dot the sh space sh file and simple line.
Correct.
So
So-
here we are passing credentials.
Yeah, shell script, you are logging inside that server.
Yeah, here
For example,
also
you are
we
already
use-
inside the server. No, you can see, just see the difference. That's what the answer matters. You are already inside this server. To install, do you need again to pass your, for example, you are already working in your laptop. Do you need to give the password again and again?
No.
So similarly, I'm already inside this server. To install something, you don't need to give the password again.
Yeah.
But you are connecting from different server. At that time, you must give the username and password.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And another question, that inventory file, without pulling, how did you see that on the server?
I'm not pulling it. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
But
This
it was
is,
done on the
yeah.
on the
See.
Visual Studio.
Yeah, what is this? I'm using MongoDB only.
Okay.
So then it is, you have the entry in Route 53, right, for this?
Oh, okay. So that's why they're available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kumar. Kumar G. Cannot hear you. Kumar G. Cannot hear you. Okay, then that's all
Hello.
for, yeah, yes.
Shiva, good morning, Shiva.
Morning.
Yeah, my question is, you have configured one mission to one mission through SSH authentication, and we can log in one mission to one mission through Ansible also, right? So my question is, apart from this, can we log in one mission to one mission without SSH or Ansible, but with PuTTY only?
Why PuTTY? So you can, this is to log in, you need IP address, username, and password. Okay. Now you can log in directly SSH. So this is the IP address. Obviously, you can log in. See, this is just a laptop. This is one laptop. Okay. This is one laptop. This is another server. To connect what you want, generally, username, password, IP address, right? I'm giving username, IP address, and it will ask for password. Now, which machine I'm in?
Okay.
So maybe wrong password. Now, which server I am in? Can you tell me?
CentOS.
So shit. What is this? Okay, now which server I am in? I am in this workstation or this node one.
You are in
Now I'm in this
workstation.
server.
Yeah.
No, I'm in this server. I log in. You can see here the IP address which belongs to this one.
Okay.
Okay. Now if you exit, you will come out of it.
Okay. This is through SSH, right?
Yes.
Without SSH, how can we log in? That's
Without
my point.
SSH, you cannot log in. Obviously, how can you log in without SSH to the servers?
Yeah, actually, I want to share something like I have joined as an internship, Siva. So they given me task without SSH. Actually, master to slave missions, you have to connect those missions. So
That's which masters to slave? Is it Jenkins?
not Jenkins. They have told me to take two machines and connect them without SSH and without Ansible Jenkins. So I asked them, apart from these, how can we connect? But
You mean Linux servers?
yeah, they told me take Ubuntu machines, 22 flavor.
Ubuntu machines 22. So this
Yeah.
is CentOS. You are taking Ubuntu. Then obviously SSH is the authentication protocol. So just search, let us for your sake, I'll search how to log in Linux server without SSH. So there is some mechanism. They say teleport. So in Ubuntu there is something teleport. Okay, you can just search like this and then you can try.
Yeah, I tried everywhere, Shiva, YouTube and Google, but everywhere I have seen that Ansible and SSH is using.
Okay, see, that is the one. Okay, they are doing in something like I don't know what is that they are doing. So this is the
Yeah,
way to connect Linux servers. Okay, if they giving you some task, we cannot really go in deep and discuss in the wrong way. Okay,
okay.
so maybe they have something. Okay, you just try in internet and then go through it. We cannot discuss that. This is completely irrelevant.
Yes, Shiva. Actually,
Yeah.
this is not time, but I wanted to ask you
You
something.
just read a lot of articles. You just understand how they are doing without SSH. Okay,
Okay.
they are saying Ubuntu. You can see create a new server, change default SSH port, and then disable remote access, configure Linux firewall. This is different thing. To secure remote access. This is securing. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Have a nice day. See you in tomorrow's session. Bye bye.